All right, Steve, I see you're reading about Watergate, but what does that have to do with this week's program?
Well, Randy, today's legend managed to get this jaw-dropping quotation from none other than tricky Dick Nixon.
Well, when the president does it, that means that it is not illegal.
By definition.
Exactly.
I'm Randy Hodgins.
And I'm Steve McClellan, and the man who got that gem was David Frost, a fine interviewer to be sure, but also a comedy legend with a giant impact on 1960s British comedy. Born in 1939 in Tenterden, Kent, David originally trained to be a Methodist preacher. At college, though, he turned to journalism, editing both the school paper and literary magazine. He also joined the Footlights Society, meeting other future UK comedy luminaries like Peter Cook.
David became part of the early 60s British Satire movement, and in 1962 got a career-making break when the BBC tapped him to host its new comedy news program, That Was the Week That Was, also known as TW3. A clever mix of sketches and songs and monologues, the show was blessed by fabulous writers, including John Cleese, Graham Chapman, and Roald Dahl. Here's David opening a typical TW3 bit, satirizing religion.
We next tested the Roman Catholic Church. Applying the tests, we found A, what do you put into it? Belief in only one Godhead operating on a troika basis. We must stress here that the idea that the head, or Pope as he is called, claims infallibility in all matters is a fallacy. The Pope cannot tell you which television set is the best. His infallibility is strictly limited to matters of faith. He can only tell you which television programs you mustn't watch.
While TW3 lasted just 2 years, it had a global impact and spawned a US version in 1963. Frost himself went on to host The Frost Report, which also features satirical songmaster Tom Lehrer, Ronnie Barker and Ronnie Corbett, later known as the Two Ronnies, and almost all of the future Monty Python cast as writers and performers. The sketches skewered religion, politics, and the British class system, all presided over by the genial Frost. Here's a sample.
Trends make everything change. A Batman used to be a servant, now he's a Superman. The Conservatives got back into power under an assumed name. Words change. Thick now means stupid. Sunday colour supplements get thicker.
Subsequently, David's projects relied more on his interviewing skills, including the Nixon clip we sampled at the top. Frost's interviews were smart, witty, and illuminating, including chats with figures ranging from Muhammad Ali to the Shah of Iran. When Frost died in 2013, the tributes were voluminous, mostly focusing on his interviews. But for comedy fans, it was also a time to honor an architect of British satire, who never forgot to be playful.
You can find out more about David Frost and all our comedy legends, including video clips and extended audio cuts at laughtracksradio.com. Thanks for listening. And until next time, it's goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from him. Goodbye, everybody.